are mentors. In some way, shape or form, we are all a mentor to somebody. Whether it is a brand new person in the workplace and we have self-appointed or we've been appointed to take on a new team member and mentor them so that they become better at their job. Whether it's we are the department leader and we take on a brand new person, so we take on that role as a mentor. Whether we are a coach in a sporting team and we take on a new player into our club or to our team, we mentor them. Whether we in fact are a coach, a senior coach in a club, and we mentor junior coaches. Or even if we are a mentor to our kids. We are all mentors to somebody. And this morning, we're going to talk about what happens when something goes wrong in that mentor-mentee relationship. Good morning. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, show 149. How are you, Lance, Pete? Good morning. I think I was Dan there, Amanda. Great having everybody on board this morning. Hope everybody is doing great. I'm on my way to a meeting, so I am standing out the front of an Aussie Rules ground here in Sydney. Brand new artificial turf place. And today's all about helping you with your relationships with anybody you lead or mentor based on a couple of experiences that I've had just this week in regard to mentorship and mentoring people. So I'm pretty excited about today's show. Going to give you some great tips and suggestions. There's going to be about 5 of them. So hang in there and we'll cover them real shortly. First of all, a couple of shout outs. Got a big shout out first off to Amanda Stevens. Amanda last year was the, Public Speaker of the Year for the National Speakers Association. And she told me that last week's show was the best show I have ever done. So that was show 148. If you missed show 148, put 148 in the comments below, and I'd love to be able to send you the link to that show. So thank you, Amanda, for that beautiful compliment. So grateful for that. Really appreciate it. Big shout out also to Chantal, who is the host of the Fitness Business Podcast. Chantal, thanks for inviting me on the show to do a trends update. So that'll be live this Wednesday. We're doing a watch party on the Fitness Business Podcast Facebook page. So if you want to get a hold of that and sit in on that, if you're in the fitness industry, put trends in the comments below. I will send you a link so that you can jump in on that Trends Watch show. So what happens is we play the video and I'm there live with Chantel. You can ask either of us questions at the time, and I'm going to give you some ideas and thoughts around what I see around the trends in the fitness industry and a few predictions for the rest of 2019. Morning, Owen. Good morning, Michelle Rouse. I'll be seeing you next Thursday. Looking forward to working with your team, and you've got a shout out later in the show. Also, a big shout out to businesses 20 Perfect, Impact Training, and Mport, who are all jumping on board as sponsors of the Fitness Industry Technology Summit. Thank you to 20 Perfect. Thank you to Mport. That's William Kent. How about Kent Pumper? Thanks, guys, for jumping on board and being a sponsor of that. And also a big shout out to Katie Forsey. Katie is a senior client partner for Facebook, and she is going to be delivering the opening of the Fitness Industry Technology Summit on Thursday the 25th of July. If you are not yet coming to that, make sure you put FITS, F-I-T-S, in the comments below. We are halfway through ticket sales, so please grab a ticket. They are going pretty quickly. I'm surprised, actually, and excited how quickly they are going. But put FITS in the comments below, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the 25th and the 26th of July in Sydney for the Fitness Industry Technology Summit. All right. So let's talk about this idea of mentorship, and a couple of examples that I want to give you. In the netball club that Zoe plays for, I am mentoring a couple of junior coaches, girls who are just starting off coaching. And I'm learning what a mentor actually does. I'm learning about the relationship that I have with those girls as new coaches and how I can help them. In my rugby club, we have a senior coach who's mentoring some of our junior coaches. And I'm watching how that relationship is unfolding. In the workplace, I'm seeing department leaders mentoring other department leaders and watching how that relationship unfolds. Good morning, Chris Stevenson over there in Los Angeles. How are you, mate? James Infantino, great to see you on board down there at Pinnacle Health Clubs in Melbourne. Jack Bury, good morning. How are you, mate? Good to have you on board this morning as well. I'm seeing from a sporting side what coaches do from a mentorship. I'm seeing what leaders do from a mentorship. And Eugene, good morning. And what I'm seeing is sometimes things go pear-shaped. Sometimes things just don't happen the way we want them to as mentors. And that can be frustrating for us as a mentor, let alone the mentee. So we go to the effort of employing somebody, or we go to the effort of recruiting a coach, or we go to the effort of recruiting a player in a team, whatever team that be, a department or a small business. We go to that effort, we get this new person, we start building the relationship with them, and we put quality time into that relationship, and we want to make things go really well. But when things go poorly, or something goes a little pear-shaped, what happens? So the first thing we need to do is we need to stop and we need to breathe. Because when things go pear-shaped in any relationship, we get emotional. We get emotional, and when we get emotional, that can lead to poor judgment. So what is important for me is that we stop and we breathe. Step 2 is we don't email. We don't pick up the phone and call straight away. We definitely don't email. But what we do is we stop and we breathe. We don't email. And I love what happens when we're driving in our car and we have our GPS on. What happens is Siri says, recalculate. Siri doesn't get the shits that you went a different way. Siri doesn't spit the dummy and say, you bloody idiot, where are you going? She doesn't do that. She just simply says, recalculate. And that's what we must do as a mentor. We must be willing, step number 3 is to recalculate the relationship, recalculate the direction that we are heading. Good morning, Pete Crawford. How are you? Sean Lestrange, good morning, mate. So step 1, breathe. Step 2 is don't email. Step 3 is we need to recalculate the relationship, recalculate the direction that we're heading with our mentee. We need to maintain our flexibility. Step 4, maintain being flexible. You see, things happen for a reason. So something's gone pear-shaped between you and the person that you're working directly with. Something has happened in the background. Something you may not be aware of. So we need to find that out, and we're going to come to what that looks like shortly. But we need to be flexible. Flexible in our style of communication, flexible in our management, flexible in our mentoring. That is the key for us. I'm sure all these people walking past are going, what is this bloke doing? Okay, so what we need to be able to look for then is number 5 is we can't take it personally. Just because the mentee is not listening to us, just because they're not doing exactly as we've said, exactly as we would do it, we need to not take that personally. It's not a personal attack. We all have our own way of doing things. So the mentorship relationship requires us to still remain very professional, still have that professional distance between us and the mentee, and we need to absolutely remain professional. And finally, we need to go back to trust. This is step number 6. We need to go back to trust. If they trust us enough, they will tell us why they're not listening. If they trust us enough, they will give us an indication of what is happening in the relationship. Now, this is a key component to any mentor relationship. Now, remember what I said up front, mentors, can be the department leader with a bunch of people. They could be a new team member that's been allocated to another team member. It could be a parent and a child. What we have to understand is we've got to go back to trust so that we can build such deep honesty that people will tell us the truth. That people will tell us what is happening and why there is a disagreement. So today's show, short, sharp, and simple. If we are going to be true leaders, if we're going to be true mentors of other people, when things go pear-shaped, we must be the leader. We can't be the follower, we must be the leader. So we must stop, we must breathe. We can't email, we can't get emotional, and we can't email. We stop and we breathe. What else must we do? We must recalculate. We must recalculate the direction that we're heading with the relationship or the project that we're working on. Stop, breathe, don't email. Let's recalculate the direction that we're heading. Let us not take things personally. Let's not take things personally, and let's go back to building trust so that whoever we are working with feels like we have enough deep trust that they can be honest with us. Now, I'm going to put my hand up and be honest that of all of those, one of the things that I am weak at as a leader is breathing. When the shit hits the fan with me, if I'm mentoring somebody, I will honestly forget to breathe. I am so emotionally invested into the relationship that I have with someone that yes, I take it personally. And that I forget to breathe, and I'll often want to shoot off an email straight away. So my weakness as a leader with the people that I mentor is around recalculating like Siri would. Recalculating in an unemotional way the new direction that the relationship has to go. What's your weakness? What is your weakness in that mentor relationship with somebody that you work with? Somebody that you are mentoring, from a child to a teammate, to somebody you coach, to somebody within your organization. What is your weakness? Is it you don't breathe? Number one, you don't breathe. Is it number two, you shoot off that email? Is it number three, that you don't recalculate? Is it number four, that you're completely emotional? Is it number five, that you take it personally? Or is it number six, is that you don't have that deep trust so that the person you're working with doesn't tell you the truth, isn't honest with you about what's going on? Thanks, Deborah Goldberg. Deborah's just said she is reactive. What is it for you? Love to know, love for you to be honest about this. This is a fairly deep show. Yes, thanks, Michelle. Michelle saying she's emotionally invested. Thank you for sharing that. It's a deep show, but being a mentor is a massive responsibility for anybody. Being a leader of any team is a massive responsibility for anybody. So if we can get the relationship right between our mentor and our mentee, we can take our business forward, we can take our sporting team forward, we can take anything that we're working on forward. Ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of show 149? Tell me in the comments below, did you like it? Did you get value of it? Give me a love heart. If this resonates with you, this whole relationship that you have between a mentor and a mentee, if you got value out of it, love heart me up, whether you're watching live or on replay. Love to know what you think in the comments below. What's happening next week? Well, as Michelle is on the watch today, I am heading down to her club down in Melbourne to jump on board with her team. I'm going to be doing some team development. We're going to be talking about how a healthy health club operates. We're going to be talking about roles and responsibilities and how to create an experience when people come in to their YMCA club. So I'm really excited to work with this club. I haven't done it before. I worked with Michelle many years ago. We've got a long relationship and really excited to rekindle that relationship and work with her team next week. So pumped up to do that. On Friday, I'm then working with a bunch of club owners in Melbourne, where we're working together as in the Industry Leaders Roundtable. So if you're a club owner in Melbourne and you want to jump along to that roundtable meeting, just put ILR in the comments below. I'll send you the link. I'm also doing some planning for our club owners ILR, which is in Darwin the following week. So really excited about that. Lots of cool stuff happening. What else? I think that's about it. So I might head off now. No! Quote of the week. Quote of the week absolutely should be your mantra if you are a mentor. It goes something like this. Breathe. Don't email. Go back to trust. Quote of the week. Breathe. Don't email. Go back to trust. Breathe. Don't email. Go back to trust. That is your quote of the week. If you got value out of the show, I'd be really grateful if you shared it. That would be awesome, just by tagging anybody in the comments below or hitting the share button and sending it to whoever you want. If you think or you know anyone who is a mentor to somebody and they could get value out of recalculating that relationship as Siri does. Next week is show 150. Next week, show 150, coming to you live from Melbourne next week. Something special. Who knows what it'll be, but I'm looking forward to show 150 next week. Lance, Deborah, thank you. Very grateful for your positive comments on the show. That is awesome. As I said, please share it if you get any value out of it. And I will. It's a long weekend here in New South Wales, so have a great long weekend, New South Wales people. Everybody else, have an awesome weekend, and I will catch you on the flip side.